We ain't done yet 2020, clearly. Because you keep these motherfuckers in these goddamn cars. Like, you're not cool. You're really not cool. Like, why are you revving your engine on a residential block? It doesn't make any sense.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're gonna be doing something we haven't done in a very long time. I'm basically just gonna be doing a little chatty get ready with me while I answer some of your questions. I put an ask box on my Instagram story yesterday and also another one today so that you guys could leave your questions for me. So if you're not following me on Instagram and you would like to join in on these types of videos, go over there because my Instagram followers will be the first to know. But welcome to the video. I have a fresh face, already did my skincare routine, and we're just going to get into applying my makeup and answering some questions. I probably won't really be talking too much about like what I'm doing, but it's gonna be the most simple look ever. So don't worry, you're not missing anything revolutionary. And basically everything I'm doing today you can find on my Super Slay Tuesday videos on IGTV. So once again, go follow me on Instagram. This is definitely a shameless plug for all of you to go follow me over there. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'm really tired today. I had to spend the weekend at my mom's house because our AC was fucked up. So you know when you just like don't sleep in your own bed and it just throws you off? I'm tired because of that. So I have my second coffee of the day next to me. We're gonna get to it. First question, how did you get started on YouTube? Also, how did you get your first PR? I got started on YouTube just because I was literally such a YouTube consumer. Like, I was such a big fan of the YouTube beauty community for years before I started, and I just always wanted to be part of it. So I think it was the summer of 2013, I finally gathered the courage to record my first video. But yeah, after I recorded that first video, the rest is history. I've taken breaks on YouTube. I've done it more or less throughout the years, but I've stayed pretty consistent with being on YouTube since then. I didn't think that it would be my full-time job one day when I first started, but that's how it turned out, and I'm very, very happy about it. And then for my first PR, I literally have no idea. Like, I want to say it was like Sigma or something, because when I started on YouTube, I was like a huge Sigma fan. Like, basically all of my brushes were Sigma, so I applied to the affiliate program and got accepted, and then they would send like their affiliates like PR packages of new products. They don't really do that anymore, at least not for me. I don't know, I got kicked off or something because I wasn't really using the affiliate program much anymore. They would send me PR. So I feel like there might have been other little things, but the first thing I like remember receiving as like a PR package, I think was Sigma. But I will say, if you are somebody like looking to get into being on social media and getting on PR lists, don't be afraid. Like, once you have a good following, I would say once you have like over 1,000 followers on any platform, you can start pitching yourself and just like literally send emails and ask to be added to the PR list. Because if you are making quality content and you're only asking for free product, a lot of brands are really open to it as long as you're gonna share it. Like, obviously if you're a smaller page, I would take those opportunities and actually share it and actually create content with those items. Like, don't just collect PR just for the sake of getting free product. You have to kind of like prove yourself to the brand and prove that like, if you send me this stuff, I will promote it for you for free. And that's how you kind of like build your way up to then being able to promote things and be paid for it. But yeah, don't think that PR is just gonna come to you. A lot of times you have to just knock on the door yourself. Don't be afraid to take that chance and pitch yourself. So sometimes it's just a matter of like, they haven't found your page yet because the market is so saturated. So bring it to them and they'll be like, oh, she's dope, let's send her some stuff. Do you do YouTube full-time or do you have another job? What job did you have before YouTube? Yes, I'm a full-time influencer. I also do like freelance stuff on the side. Like, I do freelance makeup. I also do freelance graphic design. Basically, I am not afraid to like do other jobs for money. Like, I have made people business cards, media kits. I've done brand logos before. I've done so many things just using the skill sets I have that I've learned from being an influencer. But primarily I am an influencer full-time. So yeah, before I did this full-time, I worked at a cosmetic manufacturing company and I was a product developer. I actually loved that job. It was like my dream job at the time, but the company I worked for was not a dream, a nightmare. So I quit to work for myself and to save my sanity. But I've learned that I much prefer to work for myself. I don't really like to answer to people. It's just, I guess, a Sagittarius thing. I don't know. It's a me thing. I just don't really like to work for other people. I like to work on my own, alone. Obviously, I like to collaborate with people or like work with photographers for influencing and stuff like that. But for the most part, I like to do my own thing. Next question, what's a good way to hide pores? I have leftover mini craters on my face and makeup only sinks in it. I would say like a silicone base primer, something like the Poreless, actually not this one. This one's a little bit too smoothing or like a little bit too slippy. Something like this one from Tarte. This is the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. It's a very like thick, kind of like spackle for your face, low key. And you just get it warmed up between your fingers and kind of press it into those pores and it will smooth you out. It's not, texture is one of those things when it comes to foundation, like you're not going to be able to completely eliminate the texture on your skin, but something like that will definitely help it make it look smoother across your whole face. But when it comes to texture, that's more of like a skincare issue than a makeup issue. For leftover acne scars and stuff like that, I've heard microdermabrasion works. I've heard of laser treatments. Yeah, texture is definitely more of a skincare issue than a makeup issue. What did you study in college? I studied, first I got my associate's degree in advertising and marketing communications from the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. And then I went on to get a bachelor's degree in cosmetics and fragrance marketing at that same college, FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. It's my favorite school ever. Like literally anytime anybody asks me about my college experience, I'm always like pushing them to go to FIT just because it was like literally, if you want to go into the beauty fashion world, that's where you need to go. Not to mention it's actually, it's technically considered a community college. So going to FIT is actually a lot more affordable than a lot of schools. So if you're interested in going into beauty or fashion, I highly recommend going to FIT. Did you always want to be an influencer? If not, when did you decide to become one? I kind of already went over this a little bit, but no, actually, I went to college with the full intention of using my degree in the corporate world. I definitely thought that I would graduate college, still keep YouTube and influencing as a hobby, and go on to be a product developer. It did not work out that way because I decided that corporate life wasn't maybe necessarily for me as much as I thought it was. Obviously, if I was at a company that I liked a little bit more, then maybe I wouldn't have noticed that, or it would have taken me longer to know. But everything happens for a reason. And when I realized that maybe I didn't want to be in that corporate world, influencing sounded like a real good idea because I really just didn't want to work for anybody else. I didn't want to sell my ideas out to somebody that wasn't going to pay me enough for them. Basically, I realized my talent and I knew I could do shit for myself. That's not the easy way out. That's actually the hard way out. Working for yourself is very difficult and it's not for everybody. And honestly, it's not even up until recently that I was sure that it was for me. Dream brand to work with. I get this question a lot and I honestly don't know. Oh, fuck. I was like concentrating so hard and not talking and I still messed up my eyeliner. Dream brand to work with. I would say probably like Nike. That would be so dope to do like a fitness, like an athletic wear or even like a sneaker collab with Nike. That would be incredible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Nike as my dream brand to work with. Favorite and least favorite thing that happened this year. Ooh, least favorite, do you have an hour? I feel like I speak for the whole world when I say COVID-19 is definitely the worst thing that happened this year. And then so many other things happened in response to it. But definitely my least favorite. And then my favorite thing that happened this year, I decided a few months ago, back in April, I decided to take a Instagram 101 course from my friend. She wasn't my friend back then, but now she's my friend Crystal Heredia. You can follow her on Instagram if you're interested in, you know, courses about developing your social media platforms and stuff like that. I decided to take her Instagram 101 course, and honestly, it's done so much good for me that that's probably my favorite thing that happened this year. It's literally skyrocketed my career. So much has changed since I took that course. Like, so much good things have changed since I took that course. So I definitely have to say that was probably my favorite thing that's happened this year. But yeah, clearly 2020 isn't done fucking shit up. So hopefully there are other things that we can do that will cheer us up a little more. This question's from my friend Amy. She said, when we take our trip this year, are we going to Tulum or Puerto Rico? Bitch, we are not taking any trips this year. Travel this year is canceled. I will gladly go with you somewhere next year, but I will go both those places with you next year. But this year, nah, bitch, no. I ain't getting COVID. Not I. Next question, tacos or pizza? Damn, that's hard. Honestly, I would have to go pizza. I love tacos too, but pizza is like definitely more of a comfort food for me. Next question is, if you could only use 3 things in your beauty routine before heading out, what would they be? I would definitely say concealer. Ooh, okay. I would say powder foundation, mascara, and lip gloss. Yeah. Damn, 3. Can I have 5? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to that. Powder foundation, lip gloss, and mascara. I feel like that you can at least look like so much more awake, you know? The next question is, how long have you been a makeup artist? I've actually been a makeup artist since, I wanna say definitely like freshman year of college. So that was like 2010, which is kind of wild. So I guess 10 years of being a makeup artist. I've obviously gotten much better, but that was when I started, you know, doing makeup for people I knew, friends and family, stuff like that. I wasn't any good, but low-key, not many people were very good back then. Like only like celebrity makeup artists like knew shit about makeup, because like education was so limited to people that actually went to beauty school, and I never did. And even if you go to beauty school, they do such minimal education on makeup in beauty school. So back in 2010, nobody was really that good at makeup, and neither was I. But there I was doing people's makeup, and they were paying me for it and being happy with it. So I'm not to blame, they are to blame. They wanted me to do it, I did it. But yeah, I guess 10 years, that's kind of wild to think about. Besides primer, what is your favorite way to prep your skin before makeup? You have to moisturize, you guys. Like literally anybody that's told you like, oh, I have oily skin, I don't use moisturizer. You probably have oily skin because you don't use moisturizer. You have to moisturize your skin. I know people can be very, very oily, but if you don't moisturize your skin, then you're just asking your skin to produce more oil to make up for the fact that you have not moisturized it. So before makeup especially, but always, even if you're not, oh my god, I didn't blend out this part of my contour. Wow, look at me talking shit about makeup and I'm not even blending out my contour. So rude, truly. Definitely a full skincare regime, including, well, mostly just moisturizing before makeup. It makes the world of a difference in how your makeup sits on your face, let me tell you. Especially if you have dry skin, but for oily girls too. Just moisturize. It's just gonna smooth out your skin so much. It's gonna make your skin less textured and way better looking under makeup. The best way to get good looking makeup is to start off with good looking skin. Have you thought about living anywhere else in the US? I've thought about it. I don't know how realistic it would be to actually do it, but I've thought about living in LA. I feel like everybody, especially like, I feel like every person in New York, well, not every person. Some people in New York don't give a shit about LA, but I feel like a lot of people that live on the East Coast dream about living on the West Coast. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm dreaming about it, because I'm not, but I think I could live in LA. Depends on which part. I probably wouldn't want to be like in the city, just because I'm like so over the city. That's why I moved out of New York to begin with. But I feel like I could live in California. Like I said, I've thought about it, but I don't know if I ever actually would. I think Texas would be cool. Maybe like Nashville, even, oh, Chicago is really nice. I think I could live in Chicago, but to be honest, I like the suburbs. So I will stay my ass in Jersey for the time being. Especially with the pandemic, I don't want to be around people in a big city. So if I'm moving anywhere, it's gonna be on my own property. So if I'm moving anywhere, it's gonna be to another house. Honestly, I feel like I would be open to moving anywhere for the right reasons. I feel like I'm very adaptable and I could totally like just make it work wherever. Somebody else asked, what's your dream collab? Which I already answered, but I feel like I can maybe think of like another one too. I guess since I named like a fashion one, I'll name like a beauty one. I would love to collab with Maybelline, honestly. I love Maybelline as a brand. I use so many of their products on a daily basis. And I've used them since like the beginning of me ever wearing makeup. So I think it would be really cool to collaborate with Maybelline or ColourPop. Honestly, so many makeup brands I would love to collab with, but the ones that like fit my brand the most, I would say probably Maybelline, or even like a Latin owned company or a black owned company. Like Alamar Cosmetics, would love to collab with them. I love Gabby. She's such a fucking boss bitch. Or low-key with any of the Kardashians. Sign me up. Next question is the AC fixed? Because that was some bullshit. You're right, sis, it was some bullshit, but guess what? I'm in this room nice and cool. I'm actually a tad chilly, if you ask me, because yes, the AC is fixed. Basically, okay, first of all, if you don't know what we're talking about, we're building a deck in the backyard off the side of the house. Obviously, that's what a deck is. And in order to build the deck, we had to move our HVAC unit, our central AC unit. That's right, you know, it's basically where the deck is going. So we had to move it. And when the guy moved it on Friday, he didn't put it back properly. And our AC wasn't working because he let the refrigerant drain out or something. Basically, there was no refrigerant in it. So it wasn't working. And it took 72 hours to fix. So we finally have AC. That's why I had to stay at my mom's house this weekend. And yeah, he fixed it like an hour or two ago. And it's getting cool in the house again. So we're good. Next question is your family supportive for the most part of your career choice? My family is actually very, very, very supportive. I mean, quite frankly, if they weren't, I wouldn't give a shit. I'm like really not the type to care about pleasing my parents or my family. Like, I mean, but also my family is like just the most supportive family ever. Like, we don't really judge each other about anything. Yeah, and they like cheer me on. My mom was supportive when I wanted to quit my job. She knew like I could do it. Like basically everybody knows how hardworking I am, and they also believe in my talents. So they're supportive. They know I can do whatever the hell I put my mind to. Next question. How can I be as super as you? Honestly, just love yourself. No, that's an actual piece of advice. Like, if you want to be more confident, just work on self-love. You don't have to lose weight. You don't have to change your face. You don't have to do anything but learn how to love exactly who you are, and you will become a super Britney or a super whatever. Learning to love yourself will change your entire life. I promise you. I've been using this same pair of Kiss #1 lashes for days now, but I'm gonna keep rocking them because they still holding tight. And by the way, guys, this is my current everyday makeup routine. This exact look. It just looks good in pictures. So if I plan on filming or like shooting any Instagram content or filming any YouTube videos where it's not like a makeup video, this is the look I go to because it's just super easy, well, not super quick because I like to take my time with my makeup, but it's quicker than if I did like a whole other shebang, you know? And it's very flattering and pretty. We have a few more questions left. The next one is goals you want to reach by the end of 2020. Honestly, by the end of 2020, this is gonna sound wild. This is gonna sound unrealistic to some, but I am shooting for the stars. I have been working so hard on my work and my brand and my life that I'm gonna say by the end of 2020, I want to have reached 100,000 followers on at least one of my social media platforms, whether it be here on YouTube, whether it be on Instagram or on TikTok. I will reach 100K on something by the end of 2020. Hopefully on all of them. That is like the real ultimate goal, but I feel like for so many years I've been saying I'm gonna reach 100K this year, and I just like never put in the work to get there. But let me tell you, sis, I am putting in the fucking work. Nobody can deny that anymore, and I can see it. I can see, I wouldn't say the finish line, but I can see that milestone so close. And let me tell you, I'm doing it. I don't know, I can see the 100K milestone, and I don't know what label is on it. I don't know if it's Instagram, if it's YouTube, or if it's TikTok, but we're gonna get one. You guys can watch my vision board video that I did earlier in the year if you would like to see like all of my goals. But another one that I would like to accomplish by the end of this year is to get a brand deal for 10K, like $10,000, like secure at least $10,000 brand deal, which like I said, also will probably sound unrealistic to some of you, but I work really hard and my content is the shit, quite frankly. So I feel like that is very possible, especially if I reach that milestone of 100K by the end of the year. I feel like that is something I could totally do. All of my goals, honestly, currently are career related, just because that's what I've focused most on. I feel like you have to when you work for yourself, because like who else is going to focus on them? It's not like you got a company that's going to like focus on hitting goals for you within the company. Like, you are the company, so you have to focus most of your energy towards that. I would like to release a product of some sort. I don't know whether, or a product or service, I'd say, because I am in the works of potentially starting online makeup courses. If that is something you guys would be interested in, please let me know down below. I also have had some other ideas of products to release, like physical products. I asked you guys on Instagram the other day, or like last week or the week before, about like what if I was to release anything, like a product of some sort, like what you think it would be, like just based on who I am, what things remind you of me, like based on my brand, what you think the best product for me to release would be. And you guys had some really cool ideas, like ideas that like I really loved and actually would do. So if you have any more ideas, or if you didn't see that question on Instagram and you'd like to answer it here, let me know down in the comments what you think a Super Ashley 127 product could potentially be. I would love to hear it. Okay, we actually have one last final question. Let me spray my face, highlight, and then we'll be back to answer it. Okay, the last question is, do y'all plan on having any kids in the near future? In the near future, no. The answer is no. In the near future, no. When we bought this house, we planned on living here for no more than 5 years. Like, this is definitely our starter home. And honestly, I don't think that I want to have kids while we live here. I just don't, like, we obviously have, like, we have room to make a nursery here. I just would like to be more established in my career for sure. Get married, and getting married costs a lot of money, and I would like to do that before I have kids. And yeah, so in the near future, no. One day, yes, maybe, probably. In the near future, the answer is no. And yes, my mom pressures me, Meech's parents pressure us, everybody wants to know, are we having kids anytime soon? Well, if you see me making 6 figures on my own business, we're able to buy our dream mansion in the town of our choice, and all of Meech's career goals are met and exceeding his expectations, and he is happy with his career and his life as a whole, and we get married, then you can start asking us about kids. But before that, shut the fuck up. And I know like all of these questions are always well-intentioned, and like it's because you love me and like want me to be happy, but I personally think that it's a rude question to ask. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I will be honest with you guys. If you saw my Instagram, you would know that I was in a very serious accident when I was 19. I got a lot of injuries from it, and my biggest fear, this is me being very, very vulnerable right now. My biggest fear is that that accident fucked up my reproductive system. So like, quite frankly, I have this detrimental fear that like I can't even have kids. With that being said, if I was already trying to have kids and I wasn't able to, reading that question would probably send me into a downward spiral. So I'd say maybe don't ask those questions to people. Oh my God. And yeah, I'm not trying to make that sound mean or anything. I just think it's a very touchy subject. I know a lot of women have fertility issues, and I could have been one of them. You just didn't know that. Just like you don't know anybody's situation. So I would say the next time you want to ask that question, maybe don't. But on a lighter, much happier note, this is the finished makeup look. And that was the last question. I feel like I want one more question just to like not leave off on a bitchy, was that kind of bitchy? I don't know. Was that? Yeah, there's no more questions. So I guess we'll end on a bitchy note. Honestly, okay, let's end on a happy note. I finally found a good nail place here in Jersey. Look at these beauties. They are the perfect shape. I got like an ombre, like hot pink to nude kind of thing going on. They are not thick at all. I get acrylic, so like all of this is very specific. If you get acrylics, you know what you want and what you don't want. This is perfection in my eyes. They also did an amazing pedicure. I went to Majestic Nail Salon in Linden, New Jersey. It's in the same like shopping center thing as the Aviation movie theater. I went to this girl named Tina. If you're looking for a good nail place in New Jersey, in North Jersey, then check Tina out at Majestic Nail Salon. I love her so much. I'm never going to anybody else again. Like, I love them. I haven't been this happy with my nails since like college. Actually, I don't think I've ever been this happy with my nails. I'm always like complaining about one thing, but I'm also the person that like is too afraid to say anything. So yeah, I'm super pumped about this, and I'm like so excited to do like cool nail designs with her because like she's got the talent. She's got the talent. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions for me, you can leave them down below in the comments. I'll save them for the next time I do a Q&A. But yeah, I love you all so much. I hope this video helped you get to know me a little bit better. If you watch all the way through to the end and you did not hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead. You might as well just do it. Join our fam. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday on here, so stay tuned for that. They're usually fashion related, but sometimes I'll throw a little beauty in here. If you would like to see more content from me, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's superashley127 over on there too. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video, which is a good one, by the way. It's gonna be a fashion video for curvy girls.